food prices and energy prices have made a step increase over the last decade. So really, when you look back at 2008 and the economic crisis, it was not just US subprime, it was the fact that for a decade or longer, emerging market workers had basically taken over huge swathes of manufacturing, and their demands in terms of food and energy were ratcheting up. And this meant that the cost of living has been rising ever since.
Will this be sustained into 2013?
I think it will, because when you think about it, in 2011, China unveiled minimum wage legislation for the first time. And that really made a big impact in terms of China's wages. And now that's spilling over into the rest of the emerging markets, because what you find basically is that the emerging markets are growing faster and really haven't been affected that much by the crisis of 2008. Capacity is really becoming a constraint for growth in the emerging markets, because we are running pretty much at full capacity in most of our manufacturing industry.
And we're seeing Southeast Asian economies expanding between 5, 6, and even 7%. So now workers are demanding for this higher wages. Will they get their demands?
I think they eventually will. Why? Because the governments in emerging markets and in Asia in particular realize that you have to really push domestic consumption as the main driver of the economy. In the past, we've been an export platform depending on Western demand for our goods. That's no longer the case, because the Western economies are slowing, demand for exports is slowing, so we have to increase wages and stimulate domestic demand.
And this puts pressure on the companies. Will they be able to cough up the extra money to pay these workers who are demanding higher salaries?
The trick is one word: productivity. If Asian companies can raise their productivity, their innovation, improve the way they do things, then they'll be able to survive. But companies who can't raise their productivity will fall by the wayside.